We're in Bonners Ferry today, and we've come here to show you the importance of using trade area analysis tools such as the location quotient. Several people, including the appraiser, made a big mistake here, a mistake that cost someone about $1.5 million. Bonners Ferry is a small rural town in North Idaho, about 30 miles from the Canadian border. This is one of the most interesting and dramatic places to discuss how the location quotient works and how it can help the appraiser in analyzing the trade area. One criteria that makes Bonners Ferry a good laboratory environment to talk about the location quotient is that this is an isolated community. We're about 30 miles from any town of any size, so whatever we measure here is really the result of what's happening here. There's no outside influence impacting our observations. Bonners Ferry has a population of about 2,500. The population has remained fairly steady over the last several years, with no significant increases or decreases. Bonners Ferry also lies on U.S. Highway 95, the major north-south highway in the state. The problem began when at least 3 would-be C-store operators examined a traffic flow map of Idaho. The State Transportation Department recorded phenomenally high traffic counts here, over 9,000 vehicles a day, here in Bonners Ferry. Since many C-store developers use 4,000 vehicles per day as the minimum threshold, Bonners Ferry looked like a very attractive location for new development. Well, Bonners Ferry already had 10 petroleum marketing facilities. If someone had calculated a location quotient, the math would have looked like this. The location quotient for Bonners Ferry is 11%. That means that Bonners Ferry has just 11% of the population necessary to support the existing number of stores. In other words, the population of Bonners Ferry would have to increase nearly 9 times before the population-to-store ratio would approximate a normal market distribution. That kind of population growth is simply never going to happen anytime soon. Apparently, no one bothered to think about this. Instead, these developers used traffic counts as the primary criteria. And while traffic counts are important for the success of a convenience store, the population base is still a crucial element for survival. To make a bad situation worse, 3 convenience store developers each got the idea to build at the same time. Within 2 years, a new Conoco, Texaco, and British Petroleum stores were constructed and open for business. No one knew what the other was doing, said the local assessor. Within a year, the brand new Conoco store, with more than $1.5 million invested in it, closed its doors. And now it sits empty. A new store that is physically beautiful and functionally perfect. The only problem is there are not enough customers. We wrote this in our report 2 years before the Conoco store closed. Bonners Ferry is significantly oversupplied with convenience stores and petroleum marketing facilities at the present time. It is inevitable that at least 3 of the current stores at the lower end of the market will fail to survive over the next 2 to 3 years. Those stores in the middle tier will find it increasingly difficult to make a profit because of a market that is spread too thin over too many suppliers. Reduced margins will result in insufficient net profits from petroleum products and traditional in-store merchandise.